Greetings, programs, and welcome to Blistered Reviews, an unrepentant geeking video game review show. As always, I'm your host, Shaun, and we've just got a quick one for you folks this week, because I got a big Star Wars-related episode in the works for this weekend, taking a look at all the recent The Road to the Force Awakens tie-ins, including the various novels, the new Shattered Empire comic book series, even the just-released mobile title, Star Wars Uprising. So, that's definitely something I hope you all look forward to, but in the meantime, we've still got plenty of goodness for all you video game fanatics out there. So, without further ado, let's dive into this week's Blistered Reviews title. So I suppose I should start out by saying, I'm not exactly the target audience for this game. I'm not what you would call a hardcore Hatsune Miku Project Mirai, or it's just Hatsune Miku fan. I am familiar with the character, mind you, especially with her music. Well, I say her. If you don't know, she is a virtual idol, Hatsune Miku, the world's most popular Vocoid, which is technically defined as the personification of a software synthesizer given background personality and a butt-ton of songs to sing. Quote-unquote, she even performs in real concerts thanks to, well, holograph technology and the wonders of the modern era that we live in. She's also well known, along with a cavalcade of fellow Vocoids, aka virtual idols, for starring in a very popular series of rhythm games that have primarily been released in Japan. And it is the latest of these games, Hatsune Miku Project Mirai DX, that is the subject of review today. A 3DS exclusive title that has set the charts aflame in Japan, but the question is it any good? And is it worth your time and hard-earned money? Well, fortunately I can say yes, although with a few caveats. Let me explain. Mirai DX is essentially a game divided into two parts, the first being titled My Room and serving as the framework for the rest of the gameplay. Basically, My Room involves players selecting from one of a series of colorful cast of virtual idols and moving into a virtual apartment located within the virtual Mirai town. There's a whole lot of virtual going on, basically. You can swap between apartments and Vocoids whenever you like, and can decorate and dress up each respectively to your heart's content. And as is typical for this particular series, there is a truly massive catalog of items and clothes just waiting to be purchased using in-game currency. And while Mirai DX's virtual apartments lack the degree of customization of, say, an Animal Crossing title, there still should be enough options present to mollify even the most hardcore would-be decorator. Players can also take their virtual buddy out for fun on the town and can even go on vacation once they earn enough moolah. Which brings us to the other mode of Mirai DX and the real heart of the title, its rhythm-based gameplay. Now, I have to admit that when it comes to rhythm gaming, even on my very best day, I rarely do better than mediocre. I'm not great at these kinds of games. I don't got rhythm. That is my curse that I must bear for the rest of my life, but I have seen and played enough games of this type to know quality when I see and play it, and I can say that Mirai DX absolutely qualifies as a quality rhythm-based experience. Players have two control schemes to choose from. They can either use the buttons on the 3DS or the touchscreen, and what's really nice is that both versions legitimately have a different feel when being used. It really adds to the value of the game. Get a little tired of using the face buttons? Switch over to the touchscreen. Struggling with a particular song while using the touchscreen? Switch over to the buttons, and maybe your troubles will go away. The game is adaptable, and it really adds to its replayability significantly. The game also does some fun stuff with pathing the notes across the screen, as it were. They tend to go up or down or left or right or follow different patterns depending on the song in question. They really help sense of almost like you really are dancing along with the characters. And the videos themselves that serve as the backdrop for all this are impressive to look at. Indeed, the game overall has a high level of production values, and players can even make their own music videos and then trade them with friends. The game has 3 difficulty levels, with certain songs having a 4th oh my god, unbelievably hard, how can any human being keep up with this? Stop, no! Difficulty for the true masochist out there. On the easiest setting, even a relative poor rhythm gamer like me can make it through all the different songs and have a fun time. While on hard, yeah, your fingers are going to be tested, your tapping, your sense of rhythm is going to be pushed to the edge. Basically, if you want a challenge, don't worry, there's plenty here in this game. And that goes for both newbies and hardcore rhythm gamers alike. In short, if you are a fan of this series, there's no lack of things for you to do. And that's not even taking into account hidden minigames like a new version of Puyo Pop, which hasn't seen a North American release in years. This is definitely a must-have for fans of Hatsune Miku and the Project Idol series, and it's also a great entry point for newcomers to the series as well. Look, to be blunt, chances are one look at this game will tell you whether or not it's a title for you. And it's certainly not going to be for everyone. I can already see some people being automatically turned off by the cutesy graphics and the focus of playing dress up and all that stuff, although I should stress, the way the game handles this, it's not creepy or anything like that. Certainly I've played my share of Japanese-made games where customizing your character's outfits is really just an excuse to oogle relentlessly and yeah, I've played more than one game that's left me needing to take a long shower afterwards just to wash the sense of unpleasantness off. But no, in this game, it's all innocent and cute and sweet. And look, if you can get past the candy-coated exterior, what you will find is one hell of a well-made, tightly balanced, rhythm-based experience that can stand proudly shoulder to shoulder with the very best of the genre. Fans of said genre, you need to add this game to your collection as soon as possible. It deserves to be up there with your Guitar Heroes, your Dance Dance Revolutions, even more esoteric titles like Theta Rhythm. It's a great game, and I say this as somebody who is at best an outsider to the rhythm-based genre, and yet even I found myself being sucked into the game at times. That alone speaks to the high quality of Hatsune Miku Project Mirai DX. On the surface, it may not look like your kind of game, but if you give it a chance, you might just be surprised. Score, 8 out of 10. Awesome. Recommendation, try it out. Okay, and that's going to do it for this episode of Blistered Reviews. As always, you can head on over to unrepentantgeeking.com for more shows and reviews and what have you from me. Also, you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/unrepentantgeeking.com. If you want to throw a little support my way, even just a couple of dollars a month could be a big help in keeping the lights on around here. And finally, I'm still working to get my YouTube page fully set up. Right now, there are a number of links over on unrepentantgeeking.com that are down. Hopefully, by this weekend, all that will be sorted out. I will have some sort of replacement. In the meantime, you can head on over also at Storyteller SJK on YouTube for more up-to-date stuff on me, and you can also find Unrepentant Geeking on iTunes as always. If you do watch the show via iTunes, please consider leaving a review. Positive reviews mean I get highlighted more on iTunes, which in turn means more people check me out, which means in turn, well, basically I keep the show going. So it's win-win all around. Please consider heading on over to iTunes. Just leave a quick review. That's all it takes. Alright then, as I said, this weekend I got a big Star Wars related episode, and of course coming soon is a monstrous October Returns. Plus, we've got a Patreon review next week as I take a look at the worst Spider-Man comic storyline ever made. No, not that one. Or that one. Or that one. The other one. Yeah, that one. To find out exactly what I'm talking about, just check back in next week. Okay, until then, for Unrepentant Geeking and Blistered Reviews, I'm Shaun Carterfeld, wishing you all happy gaming.